Hello, my crazy crafting buddies. All right, this is Sunny with Creative Therapy and creative design team member for Country Craft Creations. And you know, I just had this idea and I wanted to start to play, and I decided to grab the camera and bring y'all along with me just in case my brilliant idea turns out to be something I may want to share. So what I've got here is just a canvas board, cheaper than canvas, you know, for those of us that want to be economical. And I've got this new Bow Bunny black gesso. Well, it's new to me. And I want to play with this. I have an idea for a mixed media project, and I wanted to try it on canvas. And I always try and prime my canvases with gesso so that my paints go on better. Now I have some of this white too, but for the colors I'm doing, I don't think I want to do paint over the entire canvas, and so I might have some stuff showing through. Yeah, I just thought for what I kind of have brewing in my head that black would be a better way to go. This gesso is nice and thick. I'm wondering, you know what? I think I'm going to get just a teeny bit of water and put with it. But this has given me ideas of other things I can do with it. But hold on just a second. Let me grab a little water. All right, I don't want to use a lot of water, because I like that it's thick. It's going to give me a nice, good coverage. But, you know, yeah, just want a little bit. Alright. So, do y'all do this too? Do you just go get a dish out of the kitchen and, yeah, whatever. You know, whatever works. But I don't want to water down what's in here. So, I'm just going to grab a little... Oh, the word just flew right out of my brain. What these things are called. Yeah, like a trowel. It's not a trowel. Whatever it is. You know what? It is late at night. It's not real late. Alright, it's like 9:45, but for Grandma that's late. So anyway, I just put a dollop in there and I'll add to it as I need it, because I don't want to water it down too much, and I sure don't want to get that in the... So I like the way this is going on. This is looking good. I'm just going to coat this canvas board, and then we're going to play. I'm going to do this tonight and let it dry overnight, because it has been a long day and my brain's getting a little fried. But you know, sometimes I just can't wait until I'm in the right frame of mind to do what I want to do. So at least I gotta get started. This will make me feel better. Since I'm really too tired to do this project tonight, I can at least get a good base coat going and wake up in the morning and, you know, hit the ground running and have this sitting here waiting for me. And the next step, I'm going to slap some acrylic paint on here. I think I'm going to use an unbleached titanium, and I want to do like some blocks of color. I don't want a lot of color. I don't know, just have an idea. And what's inspired me is one of the images on that Steampunk Debutante paper. I love that graphic 45 paper, and you know, that's what we use to do our little faux dory cover. And I know everybody's thinking, oh, that beautiful paper, you could make such a good mini album. Yeah, I'm probably still going to make a mini album out of part of it too, but there were a couple of images on there, and they were tall. Okay, like the woman that I put on top of the faux dory cover. And I didn't want to cut that up in a mini album, and I don't really want to make a mini album that's like 10 inches tall. That's just, I mean, come on, how do you call that mini? So there were just a couple of images in there that I wanted to capture in other ways. And then I'll probably end up doing a little mini out of the other papers, because there's just so many awesome graphics in that line. But like I said, some of them are just really good size, and I don't want to lose them. I think that would have been a great one if they had an 8x8 pad. I would have wanted to make a mini out of an 8x8 pad of that, so you could get full images on pages. You know, I just don't like to cut up things that I think are so gorgeous. And then you've got to decide which part of it you want to lose. Yeah, I can't lose any of it. So, this other image or two that's on there, I'm going to try and use to do a nice mixed media canvas board. This could be a train wreck. Let me just tell you, you know, sometimes you get those ideas and they're either really, really wonderful and best thing you ever did, or just fail. You know, sometimes we just fail, but how do you know if you don't try? All right, so I think I have a pretty good coat on here. Kind of digging this stuff. All right, so I used a pretty good scoop out of there, but this is a big board. I mean, this is, I don't know, what is this, 10 by 14, 11 by 14. All right, so this is an 11 by 14 board. I've got a good heavy coat on here. I don't see any canvas showing through. Of course, I've got a glare on it. Yep, there's some right there. I couldn't see because of the glare. All right, so that's all I've done is put some gesso on there and ramble on as usual. Don't you just love that? Gosh, thank goodness for that fast forward button. I hope you guys like continue to visit with me even though I just, you know, do the crazy old lady ramble. But tomorrow's my birthday, so I'll be older tomorrow, so it'll probably be worse. Alright. There it is. We've got a black gessoed board. In all honesty, I've never used black gesso before, so I'm anxious to see what I got going here. And I'm just dipping into the water just to make sure my coverage is even. Okay. All right, enough rambling for tonight. I will be back in the morning and we will play with this a little further, starting with some acrylic paints, and then I'm probably going to stop the tape, stop the filming, whatever, until that dries. It's going to be another one of those where, you know, it's all this dry time. I don't know why I'm doing these projects here lately that have this dry time, but I kind of craft that way anyway. I'm an interval crafter. There's a new thing. All right, that's what I'm going to call it. I know it's been around forever and a lot of us do it, but let's just give it a name and make it sound like it's a thing. It's not just crazy, it's a thing. It's an art thing. All right, really gonna stop this time. I will see y'all later. Ciao for now. All right, so it's the next morning and our gesso's all dry. And now that it's daylight, I can see I got a couple spots that are thin, but I'm not too worried about it because I just wanted to use it to prime my canvas board. So I'm going to take this unbleached titanium and do some color blocking. I actually think my picture's going to go this way, but I understand that the whole thing's not in the frame that way for you, and I apologize, but I think that's as wide as my little camera will zoom. Let me play. I'm shaking, sorry. I think that's it. Dang it. Alright, well, we're going to do the best we can here. So, I'm going to have this real sophisticated, precise way of painting here. I'm going to schmooze it on, whatever, with credit card. And although it's not my favorite way to use a credit card, it's probably the least dangerous for me. Yeah. Alright, so, I like to use this because it just puts it on in blocks. And see, I tend to overthink things, so I'm thinking the blocks are going to work for me. And I want it kind of rando. And I want it going different directions. And I want it distressed, so I like it, the black showing through. See, that's why I wanted to use the black gesso. I thought it would give me a good effect. And it's not like I know what I'm doing. I'm just playing. So I want it thicker in some areas and thinner in other areas, and I want it just, yeah, like that. Just rando. Let's see. See, I'm already getting too much of a pattern. Up and down this way. Okay. And leave that thick some places and leave it, or have it thin some places. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. Kind of, sort of. We need more horizontal. Everything's kind of vertical, isn't it? Hold on. I needed more paint. I'm using a lot of paint, but I don't care. Alright. Ooh, actually, let's do this one this way and this one this way. Yeah. Now, this is some pretty technical stuff here, folks. I don't know. Can you handle it? It's pretty advanced artistic techniques. You just have to schmoosh it on. Yeah. I'm losing paint off the edges here. Alright. Does that look adequately, like, crazy to you? We need more. Yeah. Tie this into something. Maybe here. Alright, and I want like a gold color in here as well. Haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do that. But, you know, that never stopped me. I don't really have like a nice antique-y gold paint. Ooh, I just thought of something. Hold on. I remembered I had some craft paint in metallics. Alright, so this is metallic antique gold, and this is metallic antique copper, and of course neither one of them are opened, and I didn't even notice that before I turned the camera back on, so now I'm going to impress you by opening paint. Woo! Alright, so we got antique gold, metallic, and I definitely want some sparkle in this, and I have these watercolors that have the mica, the little flakes in there that make it very, very sparkly, iridescent-y, whatever. So I had planned to do a wash, like some watercolor wash over it. And I don't know, I may or may not do that now because let's see what happens with this. And yes, I am squirting this directly onto my canvas. I put some on the black, some in the light. I don't have a clue what I'm doing, and that's what makes it fun for me. This is my birthday fun right here. Alright, so, and I'm leaving that on, well, should I leave it on? Yeah, let's leave it on. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I like it. I like it. I want to finish up the copper before I go into the gold, though. I don't mind if they mix a little bit. Oh yeah, that's cool. And let's do this one vertical. Cool. Way cool. Yeah, I'm gonna clean that off just a touch because I want to get a little more of the true copper. I might have to apply just a little bit more up there. Am I off camera? I hope you can see. And I realize this is just a big fat mess right now. It's kind of the idea. Alright. Oh yeah, look at that gold. Oh. And maybe I should have let that titanium dry a little first. Let's start with it like that so we can, yeah, get a little more of that over there. Ooh, and look, we got some gold in there. We got some copper in there. I like that. We've got too much vertical going on though, so we need horizontal. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Totally random, weird coolness. I want a little more copper up in that corner right over there. Oh, other than that, I love it. Ooh, I really do love it. What do y'all think? Okay, probably, this is a mess. Probably think I'm crazy. I want to be crazy today. Alright, sorry about that. I guess my memory card was full and my camera, so I had to go get rid of some stuff. Alright, so we're back, and I cannot zoom out any further. I've propped this up on top of some paint, just trying to let it dry. And I'm so sorry I can't get it in frame. If I turn it this way, I can. So that'll give you an idea. And it's making me a mess. So I need to let it dry. I'm going to hit it with the heat gun. And I know y'all don't want to listen to that. I've done that before. And yeah, that's no fun. So I'm just going to let this dry. And we'll be back for our next layer. And yes, I do realize it's a big old mess. And I really like the big old mess, and I left little ridges of paint here and there instead of smoothing it all out, because I just love that extra texture. So there's some areas, I don't know if you can see, but there's like paint piled up right there, and then other areas where the black gesso underneath is showing through, and where I've scraped it thin, you can see little bitty like dots of the canvas, you know, because the canvas has that texture. And that's why I wanted the black gesso under it instead of the white, because I wanted thin spots and thick spots for texture. I'm debating if I should add a little bit more of this color and a little bit more movement once it dries. I'm just going to have to look at it and study on it and make the call, I guess. Can't really decide, because there's many more layers to come. We are by no means done with our background, so I may end that particular layer there. We'll see. Alright. Alright, so I've used the heat gun and we're almost dry. I've also backed my camera up as far as I can get it with what I've got right now. It has changed the angle a little bit, but I think we have pretty much the whole canvas now in frame. You're seeing a little bit of the stand I have it on, and sorry about that, but alright, we're working the best we can with what we've got. And you can see a little bit more of my mess laying all around. Just ignore that part, okay? Focus on the work at hand. So I've decided I like this mess of paint for the background, with one exception. There's one thing I do want to change, and that is I just want to take a smidgen of paint here with my finger and just go and kind of border it with the copper. I just want to give it an edge. I don't want it to be even, symmetric. I want it to be thick and thin, and yeah, I just wanted a little bit of something like that. That's what I want. Whatever that's called, that's what I want. Just to finish off the edge And I didn't want it too, what's the word I want? Consistent. That's not the word I'm looking for, but that's what we're going to go with. Uniform. There. Man, I didn't want it uniform. So I'm just kind of twirling this around in my hand like a pizza pie. And hitting these edges with this nice metallic copper. Smushing it. Letting it come up onto it in some places. Doing just the edge in other places. Rando. And I put too much down. Uh-oh, we can't waste it. Now we have to figure out where that goes. Where does that extra copper paint go? Are y'all looking for a spot? Needs to go somewhere. Alright, so I'm getting all these edges. Maybe I will use it all up. These edges are a little dry. I didn't get my gesso all the way around on all of them. So, alright, so, what do y'all think so far? Come on, don't hold back. You don't have to be nice on my account. Put down there in the comments. Yeah, after you put that layer of paint on, I was thinking, it's ugly. Or I was thinking, what in the world is she doing with that? Where's she planning to go? She don't know. I just get like a general mood in my head and I don't really know what I'm going to do, and I may know a piece or two of it, and as I start doing it, like it talks to me. It tells me what's next. So, although I don't know what all our layers are going to be at this point, I do know the next one's talking to me, and what I want to do is I want to do a little bit of stamping with some black. And I'm thinking words, you know, like script. Alright, let me get something to sit this on, because I like to sit it up. And this is going to be too close to the camera and probably ugly, but I'm fixing to turn the camera off and you won't have to look at it anymore. But yeah, we need some black, I think. And I'm just going to take what's left here of this copper and just put little fingerprint surface smudges on the top layer of the canvas. You know what I mean? Like not, just like that. Whatever that is, that's what I'm going to do. Just some finger smudges of color. Break up some more of that solid. Alright, so it is precariously perched on a couple of jars of paint, or a couple of things of paint. I'm going to let that dry further, and then we'll go on to, I think, some stamping. I might change my mind before then, we'll see. Hi, I'm checking in again to show you what I'm doing while I wait for this paint to dry. It's mostly dry, but there's just a couple places that it's still a little tacky. So it about broke my heart to tear this paper, but this is the image that I'm in love with right here. And I didn't want her cut out. I wanted her torn so that I can blend her into the background better. I am going to do some ink on these edges, but I'm thinking what I may want to do is puddle it and just let it kind of soak that up as opposed to putting it on with a dauber. And anyway, so the images I'm looking at are this one, my absolute favorite, and this face. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a way to use them both and make it look cohesive. And then I'm also thinking about this crow or raven. I like the bird a lot. So I'm going to continue to tear this paper. Can't believe I'm ruining this beautiful paper, but it's going to be gorgeous, right? It's going to be amazing when we get it done. I'm thinking, you know, maybe her here and maybe the face up here somehow. maybe the crow in this area. Although I'm thinking the crow should be up, but I really want the balance of the face. I don't know. Anyway, just letting you know what I'm doing while paint dries. Woohoo! We'll come back to it. Alright, so I'm ready to stamp a little bit. And I wanted this script stamped in the background. I wish I had one that was just a little bit larger print, but this one's gonna have to do. So just got some Ranger archival ink in black, and no, just the stamp that I have, and get it all inked up nicely. And it's okay if we don't get a perfect imprint because it's supposed to be pretty random anyway. So let's see, where do we want print? We want some there. Oh yeah. See, it's just enough to give something, I don't know. That's what I wanted. I like it a lot. And you know, we're going to do it all different directions, and we're going to, you know, we're just going to do it. So let's put some here. Oh, got a little bit of a blob there. I can live with that. And let's see, do some more. I never know whether to blot or rub. I don't know. I'm not a very good stamper, I don't think. Let's see, where do I want it? There. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's a little bit smaller than I would prefer, but it's what I have on hand. So, let's see, we'll do it like that way. It's an art, not a science. I just want some stuff in the background. Which way do we want this? I guess I'll just put it right there. Alright, that's enough for the print. Ooh, that one's stamped better. I like that. Alright, maybe just a little more here and there. Maybe if I don't ink the whole thing, just part of it. That ought to work. There, oh yeah. And, oh, let's do the bottom. That there, okay, good deal. It's just stamped up. Alright. Now, yeah, that gave it another little layer. I like it. I like it. Alright, now let's go ahead and put corners on. Which corners do we want? I'm just going to do these two opposite ones. Catty corner. Alright, so I'm using a block. Let's see if I can get that on there straight. Not that straight is really mattering to me a whole lot, as you can tell, but... Oh, so now all of a sudden, I've got to have something straight. Isn't that irritating? Alright. There. Ink that puppy up. Speaking of puppies, I got the Yorkie over here to my right on the little ottoman thingy that I brought over for her. Then I'm dog sitting for my grandpuppy. So I've got a black lab sitting on the floor, or laying on the floor to my left. It is girls' weekend at my house. It's just me and the girls hanging out. We've had a good time. Oh yeah, I like that. And you can see the whole thing didn't print. I'm cool with that. I'm good. That's what it wanted to be, so that's what it is. I'm just going to let things be what they want to be. And let's see, down here in this corner. And I'm not taking it quite to the edge. I'm leaving like a 1/4 inch border on either side. Oh yeah, there's that one. So we got that, we got that. Do we want to put any more? Maybe we do. What do we think? Do we want to try a little swirl? Let's do a swirly. I've got want some of that damask. Maybe we should try that in a color. I want to try, well, before we do that, I'm debating. See, here's my debate. I never know which layers, which order I want to do my layers in. So, I don't know. I think I want to spritz just a little bit. I know I want to splatter, but I don't know if I want to do splatters on top of or underneath my paper pieces that I'm going to put on here, my focal points. I don't know. I think I want splatters over my focal points. I'm going to do some modeling paste, and I know I want that over them. Decisions. I think we need a little more stamping going on in the background, and I'm debating color. I'm going to try a colored stamp. Hold on just a minute. Alright, so I went and got this stamp. And I have never tried stamping in backgrounds with color. I just haven't done a lot of stamping, period. And I just washed this off. This is Tim Holtz something. Hold on. It is distressed damask, and I want this one, and I'm going to try to use this color box pigment, and I think I want this bluey turquoisey color. Now, it may be very apparent to you that I do not know what I'm doing. And you know what? I think that is absolutely fine. And I want you to do things that you don't know what you're doing. You don't have to be taught something. You can just figure it out. And whether it's right or not, if it works for you, who cares? It is art. It is not a science. It is self-expression. So if you want to try something you have with something else, you just do it. I mean, seriously. Worst thing that happens, it looks like crap and you throw it away. Nobody ever has to know if you did something that didn't turn out perfect or beautiful or whatever. At least it would be a lesson learned and you've spent some time playing and having fun. I mean, adults, it's like adulting is just exhausting. So this is how I play, and I think we all deserve to play, even in our adult lives. So I want that right there, and oh, I have no idea what this is going to look like, and I could have just ruined the whole thing. Huh, look at that. I love it. It's just a hint of color. It's not too obvious. I love it, and it's just what I wanted. A tiny little hint of color in my background. Okay, see there? And like I said, I don't even know if these inks are for this. I bought them to edge papers, but whatever. Alright, I want another one there. And I guess I'm supposed to probably put this on the block. Might be easier to press it. Ooh, that one shows up much more. I don't know. It's not too much. I don't think it's too much. Alright, we're going to put some more on there. I'm having fun with this. See there? And if I wouldn't have tried it, and if I would have thought, shoot, I don't know if I'm supposed to do that or not, then I wouldn't have it. So, throw supposed to out the window. And do what you want to do. See, and I move things around. Ah, it turned out alright. Okay, so maybe I do know what I'm doing. Pretend I never said that. Now, see, now I know how to do it. Alright, here we go. How many more do you think we need? I don't want it in a real pattern, but I do want it evenly spaced, kinda, sorta. I mean balanced. Not necessarily evenly spaced, just balanced. So cool! Man, I'm glad I put that little touch of whatever color that is, aqua, turquoise, blue, teal. I'm so glad I put that in there. All right, now I want one kind of off the page, so to speak, off the canvas. Such a subtle little of color can make such a difference. All right, there's one a little off the page. And I don't want to do too much, maybe some right up there. And I think we'll be good for this blue. And the spattering I wanted to do about this color as well. So now I have to be careful not to get too much, and we'll put that right off the corner there. Hey! Look at me! I know what I'm doing now. And are you supposed to clean these after everything? I'm pretty sure you are. I don't know. Sometimes I like it when I didn't get it really clean and I go to do something else and it gives it this hint of another color. Of course, that could be a bad thing if the color didn't go with the next project, couldn't it? Alright, so I bet there's an easier way to clean these. And I don't know what it is, so there's that. Do you think we got enough blue in there? Alright, well, that's what it's going to be. We're going to do some splatters also. That was Sapphire Silk is the name of that in the color box. Brocade petal collection thingamabobber. And I got this so many years ago, I don't even know if it's still, you know, and I wonder if that's a date code. I could have got it in August of 2013, who knows? And it could just be coincidence, and that might not have anything to do with anything. Alright. Now, such a mess. Okay, I'm not worried about it. Move on, move on. Alright, so now, I know, let's do the edges of our paper. Here's my idea, and I don't know if it's going to work. This ink spray is really dark, and I like it. Okay. So my thought was to let it organically soak this up on those torn edges. I don't know, do I like that? I don't know if I like it or not. Might be a little too dark. It's pretty darn dark. I might be making another mess. Let's see, soak it up. Just soak it up on your own. There's what I kind of want to happen. Ooh, but I'm afraid I'm going to get too much. I'm going to lose my crow. Alright, I'm going to finish this one up this way, and then I think I'm going to ink the others, because, yeah, it's too dark and it's too much, and... Alright, so I'm just going to use my finger. And this is why I always have such lovely hands. Jeez. I go places and it looks like I've been playing in poo or something. I'm sure they worry about me. You know what? I'm sure nobody cares. Can you still see the crow? Not so well, but I think he's still recognizable. Alright, so, see? Lesson learned. That was not a smart thing to do. But, like I said, I think he's still recognizable. I'm going to get rid of this. And thank goodness I didn't try it on one of the ladies. I mean, my crow's important to me, but in the scheme of things, if I had to have something messed up, I'd rather it was the crow than the ladies. So he can be inked away on the bottom there. That's fine. We'll figure out a way to make it look like it's supposed to be that way. So now, for the girls, I'm going to use the ground espresso. And I'm just going to hand ink them. Gives me more control. And it still looks organic. I should have done this on the crow. See there? Mistakes have been made here today. And it will be gorgeous. Anyway. Okay, isn't she gorgeous, y'all? I just fell in love with the romance and the, I mean, just, I think it's because her eyes are partially closed. It just looks so soft and so romantic to me. She's just so pretty. Just like we all, you know, dream we would look, but didn't happen. That's okay. We have other reasons for being here. Oh, goodness. If I could draw my face, it'd be pretty too. Hers is a drawn face. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Bring it in just a little bit more. And I want a little bit more fade away, so I don't want it quite so bright next to the dark edges. I'm just going to bring that in a little bit. I like that. It almost looks charred, doesn't it? Just love it. There we go. It's like there was this beautiful photograph and it was in a fire, and we salvaged, you know, this bit. And her, she's just, I don't know. This one is amazing. I can't get over the hot air balloon butt. I don't know how in the world somebody thought that up, but I love it. I think it's genius. It's like the original bubble butt. This Victorian lady. I don't know, these women were in just so many industrial accidents. That's how steampunk came to be. It was just these terrible, awful accidents. Alright. Oh no, my phones are ringing. I'm going to turn off the camera because probably not a whole lot of fun watching this anyway. I'll be back. Okay, so we did our stamping in the background. I like that, just teeny little bit of color. And I've decided that I want to put my images on before I do my splattering. So here's my plan. I'm afraid this might mess up my metallic now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, now what to do, Huh, I'm doing it anyway. I might have to rub some more on the surface after I do this. Maybe I can just do a spot type decoupaging. I'm using the Mod Podge in the matte finish just because that's what I have. I know I don't want the glossy. I'm not real sure what's going to happen with this. Maybe we should do just a little spot down here with my little crow that has too much dark ink on him. I wonder if maybe, here, let me try this. This is where we soaked up the black ink and it's too much, but maybe if I put a little of this with it too, it'll blend it in. I don't think I want to leave him off. I like him. Just going to have to find a way to make him work. Alright, so here's my brush that I like to use for Mod Podge. It's just a cheapy one that I don't mind messing up. So let's try a little test and put this right here. See if we can Mod Podge just in a spot and not have to coat the whole thing, if that's going to look alright. So, alright, I'm putting it on the back of the crow. Can y'all see? Am I in frame? Well, here, there. Alright, so we've got it on the board. We've got it on the back of our paper. Now, put that little crow there and cover him up and let it dry and see what that... I'm just kind of doing a stippling to make sure that all the edges are down and there's no air underneath. And I want to see what this looks like when it dries. I want to see what it does to the metallics. I want to see if it's real noticeable, if I'm going to have to coat the whole thing. Let's see what happens. But before I do, my ladies, I want to find out these things. The answer to my questions. Alright, so I think I'll hit that with the heat gun. So I'm going to turn off the camera so you don't have to listen to that. And I'll be right back and we'll see what happened. All right. All right, so here's what I've got. You can still kind of see the metallic through there. You can definitely see where it is. So I feel like we're going to have to do our entire surface. And I have some brush strokes. I don't know if the camera's catching any of this. So here's my decision. My decision is we're going to have to Mod Podge the whole thing. We may lose some metallic. I don't know. I can still see a bit of the shimmer through there, so I think we're going to be okay with the metallic. However, I don't want to use a brush because I don't like these brush strokes. So I'm switching over to a sponge tip. Probably use the fatter one. And maybe just a touch of water to thin it down just a hair. That's my plan. And I want to adhere my gorgeous lady. I'm planning on something for this corner. And this lady up here, and I'm planning a little something for that corner as well, and some splatter. Okay, that's my plan. Let me get a little water and go ahead and wash out this brush, and we're going to Mod Podge our ladies down. Alright, so we're going to put the Mod Podge in a dish, and I usually keep one that's covered, but it has the glossy in it, and I want the matte. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in there. Oop! Make a mess. And I just want a little bit of water because I don't want to get it too thin, then things don't stick very well. So just a smidge of water. And let's kind of stir that up, see what we've got. Alright, that looks good. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we're going to start with that. Alright, so let's do the board first. We're going to have to cover the whole thing because you can see where it is. Alright, and then cover the back. Alright, good coat. Get it positioned. I think about right there is where I want it. And yeah, I'm gonna need more of this for sure. For sure. Stick down those edges. Nice. Okay. There's one. Now let's do it again. Hurry up before the stuff dries too much. I just didn't want to get too much in there and then have to waste it. Maybe I can find another container to pour it in if I have extra. Woo! Not too much, not too much. Mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. Alright. I think that's smearing my stamps just a little bit. Did y'all see that? I think it smeared a little. We'll just try not to touch it too much. And you know what? If it smears it, then smeared is what we were meant to have. That's what I say. Maybe that's more desirable. Who knows? And you know what? We can always stamp again if it gets too smeary. We can set a design in all over again. I ain't scared. Okay. And let's put her in her perfect butt. right about there. I like that. Proportionately, I think, about there. Alright, then let's get all of this down really well. No bubbles, no bubbles, no bubbles. Oops, there's a bubble. There. The Archiver's ink is not smearing, but the turquoisey blue is, but that'll just give us a hint of that color there. Like I said, we can go back and stamp again if we really feel it's needed. Alright, so that is our piece pretty much Mod Podged. Alright. Try and get an even coating all over. Alright. I think that's it. We're on to our next drying stage, which means I need to get dressed. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to get out of my work uniform, which is kind of my nightgown, and yeah, move on. If my metallics don't show up enough, I may work on that border again. We'll just play it by ear as we get there. Alright? Alright, so we're dry for the most part. We got a little glare coming in from the window. Sorry about that. I've decided I do want to re-stamp a couple of places. Some of our blue smeared, some of it's still there, but I just feel like I want some more. And I'm going to do some splatters as well, but I want to see about getting this design on top of that decoupage layer. I think it'll be more visible there. I think I'm going to like it better there. And I was looking at it earlier and I knew where I wanted to put it, and now of course I don't remember. Excuse me a minute, I'm just going to put it upright so I can get a good feel. Alright, I think I actually want it more in this area. Oh yeah. And back down here where it kind of was before. Do I want one in the center? What do you think if it overlaps? Nah, right there. Okay. I think that's so stinking pretty. Then I'm just going to put one here. So it's going to kind of curve maybe. I don't know, the line of the eye, if you're following that. I'm going to say about right here. That's not straight. Oh well. It's on there now, isn't it? And maybe right there in that little, where it goes in right here, maybe just a little, it kind of fit the shape. That's what I'm thinking. And where else do I want it? I don't know. That might be a little high up. I'm doing it. Okay. Okay. Like it, like it. Done. Okay. Alright. Alright, that's good. Maybe redo that just in that corner because you can't really see it so much anymore. Of course, I can't put it exactly where it was. So, I'm actually going to put it onto her head a little bit. Right there. Yeah, just like so. Alright, so I'm done messing with that for now. And I want some splatters. I hope you can't hear. You can probably hear my TV in the background. I should have turned it down. Alright, so splatter, splatter, splatter. I'm using the turquoise Delusions ink spray. London Blue's way too blue. There's my other choice. I don't know if I want that Campso teal or vibrant turquoise. I think maybe I want that teal. Alright, now, and you know, you see me using all these products. I've collected these over several years. So don't think you have to go out and buy all these products to make something like this, because you don't. All you have to do, you can take some craft paint, water it down a little bit, put it on a thin brush and splatter it. You can get splatters from ink. You can do it however you want to. Watercolor, anything. I just grabbed this because I'm lazy. Not gonna lie. I'm lazy and I just want my splatters on there. So I pulled this out and go to town. Just like that. Don't know that I really wanted it up there on her eye, but that's what I got. I need a little something, something. There. That's where I wanted it. Alright. Nice splatters going on here. Okay. Now, two choices. I can either let that dry or take a paper towel and blot it, which, let her dry. Just let her dry. Alright, I'm getting out the gun. Gonna cut you off for a minute so you don't have to listen. Alright, got a little bit of a glare coming off the window. Sorry about that. So here's where we're at. You can't see the bottom of this, can you? So sorry. Anyway, so here's the bottom. And I'm about to start putting some modeling paste on here, so I want to start at the bottom. So I'm going to kind of move things around a little bit so I hope you can see. Alright, I want to put some modeling paste all over this. Here, can you see? There we go. Get a little light on the subject here. Alright, so our splatters are dry. Okay, they're dry. Some of them had pooled more than others, you know. But they are dry. I'm liking it. Like I said, I didn't really mean to get that right up in her eye, but that's where it landed, isn't it? So we're going to get some stencils. I should have had those ready. Okay, so get my stencil collection out here. I want squares. So I think I just got, you know, Tuesday Morning has these great deals and I just pick things up. This was like months ago, but I haven't even opened them. So to me, it's like I just got them. All right, that's some glimmer screens. That's not what I want. I think what I want, I don't want rectangles. I want squares. There's some squares. All right, so I may end up using rectangles because I don't see squares. Do you? Ooh, there's bricks. Do I like the bricks or the squares? Dang it. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Maybe I have too much stuff. What do you think? Yeah, well. Alright, I'm going to turn off the camera until I decide what I'm doing here, because I'm sure you don't want to watch me go through stencils. Be right back. Alright, what I've decided on are squares. And here's some smaller squares. I'm not sure if I'm going to use those or not. But definitely I want these in this corner. Can you see that? Alright, so I want squares in this corner, and then I want more squares. I want it bigger over in this corner. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that exactly yet, but anyway, I'm starting in this corner. I'm hoping that you can see. And so I've got this modeling paste, and I've got one of my, I keep wanting to call it a spatula, and that's not what it's called, and I know what this thing is called, and about 2 days ago, the name just left my head, and it doesn't seem to want to come back. So, we're going to use one of these goobers. I don't know how much of this I need, so, just put it on there. Alright, so we're going to put some here, put some up here, and we're just, it's like you're spackling or something. That's plenty. A little bit here. Alright, so that's all I want there. What is this thing called? Don't you hate it? Do you guys do that too? Is it just me? Oof! And I want to wipe that off the edge because I don't want it there. Let's see what I can do without messing everything up. I don't want to move this, so let's hold it down. Wipe that right off of our edge. Okay. All right. I think that needs a little bit of water. Didn't I have some water at one point? Here we go. Here's what I'm gonna do. I have just a teeny bit of water, and I just want to take that right off that edge. That's what I want right there. Get rid of it. Okay, so we've averted that crisis maybe. You know, it might have been easier to pick this up for, uh-oh. Do you see that? It's not down in there. And it looks like it's picked up that, that ink. Oh, that's what I want right there. Oh, that's just perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You probably think, what's she doing? She's ruining her picture. No, she's not. She's not. Hang in with me. Hang in there. It's going to happen for us. And I think I'm switching over to these smaller ones because this doesn't have, it doesn't come up high enough. And I'm afraid I'll never line those up just so, What to do, what to do. You know what? Maybe I just want to use that. I'm trying not to get it in there. Scoot it down a skosh. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and try and hold this up out of that. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? I can't hold this and do it at the same time. I wonder if I lay it down, if that's going to mess up the other ones. Probably. I think this is what they call poor planning. Dang it. Should have just done it all the way. Okay, I'm going to try and hold it and go. Whatever happens, that's what it was supposed to be, right? That's my theory. I'm taking this all the way up this edge. There we go. And just slap it down. Alright, this stuff's fun to play with. Everybody needs to try this at least once in their life. Because it's just fun. Just unadulterated fun. And that's as far as I want it to go there. Alright. Clean it up a little bit. Alright. Okay, now pull this up. Yay. Alright. And let's get a new paper towel. Take a paper towel. Wet it a little bit. Squeeze it. Can y'all see it all? I hope you can see. I was too focused to glance up at the camera and see what's in frame, but I'm hoping that you can see this mess I'm making because it's so much fun. I cannot think of a much better way to spend a birthday than playing in paint and modeling paste and goo. Like, you know, my heart goes pitty-pat. Alright. Of course, you know, it might be nice if I got to see the grandbabies. I think they were working on a little something. I don't know if it'll be today or another day, but I may get a prize. I may get a surprise. I love a surprise. But I made plans and I'm going to be leaving the house. Dang it, dang it. Alright, what do y'all think? Do you love this? I gave up and got the baby wipe. That's probably what I should have done from jump. It seems to be working pretty good. Just want to clean this modeling paste before it dries all the way because I really like my edges. I like my copper edges and I don't want to lose them, but it might be too late for this little bit right here because that line doesn't seem to want to come off right there. Oh well. That just means it's supposed to be there. That's all that means. No worries. Okay. That looks pretty good. Clean it up best you can. Go. I may go back over that just a little bit when it's all said and done anyway. Alright, so we have our modeling paste where I want it for the most part down here. But now up here, I want circles. Don't ask me why. That's just what my little brain saw. So I need some circleage. These are actually bigger than what I wanted, but I think if I go with these, how can I arrange it? Maybe, I want the big ones to go that way though. There, maybe like that. What do y'all think? I want some circles up in here. Like I said, I wasn't really planning to do big ones, but that might be kind of cool. Fill up that corner a little bit. Let's just see what happens. All right, here we go. Whee! This is just like seriously fun. Y'all gotta try this. It's ridiculous how much fun I have playing in kids stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and put some right there. I don't want to fill up that whole... There. Oh shoot, now I've got some over here. Now look what I've done. Alright. That's okay. That's alright. Pull it up. There. Alright. So, maybe we should scrape that one off. See if we use one of these goobers. See if it takes it off for us. Alright, that partial one I don't mind. I don't want that one. Okay. So, as you can tell, I got a little more on there than what I was shooting for. So, I'm just kind of removing it where I don't want it. Right there. Don't think you're supposed to do this. But, what did that quote say? You can't be an artist if you're worried about being wrong or something like that. Bradley posted it today. Yeah, I liked that. Alright, so we need some little circles over here. Maybe I can just do some of these little ones. Just need a little touch of circles. Right? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a couple. And I mean just a couple. Like a couple right here. Okay, maybe more than a couple. Alright, so I kind of like that. Alright. Some there. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. And then I think some in here. Kind of in the middle. Let's bring them down. Oh, don't cover up the stamp too much. I'm trying to figure out how to put this without wrecking something. Okay, like that. That's where I want them. Just kind of there. All right. Oh, yeah! That just tickles me, doesn't it? Okay. I like it. I do think we need a couple more big ones, though, since we have them up there. I don't know. Maybe we should let this dry and then see. I have to pick it up and look at it. Sorry, folks, but I just can't always see it flat. I need some vertical once in a while. All right. I don't want to overdo it, so that may be enough. That may be enough. I was just thinking since I had the big circles up at the top that I might want to put more big circles somewhere. But no, I think they're okay just living up there all by themselves. So this is now going to dry. Another break for dry time. It gives me lots of breaks, but okay. So we're going to come back and play with that in a little bit, but it really needs to dry well before I go adding anything to it. I was just getting rid of a little corner there, and I need to get rid of that little mess right there. It's like, you know, I colored outside of the lines kind of a deal, which usually doesn't matter, but okay. This is our next step, and then obviously there's going to be more steps because we're not going to leave it like that. So I'll see you again soon. All right, so here's where we are. Let's see if I can zoom out. No, that's as far back as it'll go. Dang it. All right, so anyway, here's where we're at. Our modeling paste has dried, and what I think I'd like to do next is I want to paint it. I'm not sure what color I want to paint it. I want to paint it definitely the copper. Oh wait, not this one. This isn't the one I used. I used the antique copper. Shoo! Nice save. All right, I like the antique copper. I think I kind of like this rich espresso metallic. And I'm going to have to go back and put a little bit of the turquoisey teal color at some point, but I don't think this is the point. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smoosh out a little of the copper and a little of the espresso. Uh-oh, better shake it. That can't be good. All right, let's try again. I haven't used this one for a while, so it probably separated. All right, that's better. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go paint these, and it's a little tedious, but that's how I want them. And maybe my brush is too big. For these little dots, I think the brush is too big. Okay, so that means get another brush. Excuse me as I reach across, trying to get to my brushes. Let's try this one. See if I like it better. I do like it better. Alright, so I am going to go through and paint these, and I'm going to do a wash over it so they don't have to be fussed over too much. And I'm sure you probably don't want to watch all of this. So if I knew how to do fast forward, I think I can do fast forward on YouTube, but since I'm not sure of that, I'm just going to cut out for now and come back, I think. So you don't have to watch this. And I should probably mix in this espresso color here and there. Oh yeah, I like that. So I'm just going to go through here and paint all my little raised modeling paste areas that we put on with our stencils. And pretty much just random. Don't worry too much about the edges. Like I said, I plan to go back and do a wash. Kind of over around, I'm not sure yet, but I plan to do something maybe with a watercolor or an acrylic really watered down to do a wash. So I'm going to cut out on you again, and I'm going to do this tedious little painting, and I'll be back with you again later. Alright, so I got a little ways in and changed my mind. So what's new? Here's what occurred to me. If I do a wash over the metallics, I'm going to lose my italics, even though I'm doing a mica. This is a mica color. I don't know, I found these a couple years back. It's a watercolor, and the mica just gives them all this shine. And this particular one, the vintage one, I have a couple of different color palettes, and on the vintage one, there's this like wash, like a sienna that goes with any of them to make them look more vintagey. You can just mix them together. So here's what I want to do. I stopped painting these because I want to do my wash first, and then I want to put the acrylics on the top, because I think that is going to give it separation. If I wash over it, it's going to go into the background, and I want it to be different than the background. So we need to do the wash first. And I'm not sure what color I want to do. Going to have to play with it a little bit. Let's see what this is. It's a little too red. See what happens when we put our vintagey sienna stuff in it. That's better. I still think it's too red. Can y'all even see that? I'm sorry. I think I'm going to go with this coppery one. I probably mix the copper and the bronze. Probably what I'll end up doing. Okay, and we're just going to wash over just about everything, I think. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can get rid of some of that red, blend it in. Okay. And thin it out with the water because I don't want it too much. Okay, that red is too much. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Now, anywhere we get it too much, we decide we don't want it. If we do quick while it's wet, we can just wipe some of it off. So if I get it on images that I don't want it on, alright, just kind of wash over everything a little bit. Ooh, be careful of your inks. Did you see me just smear those inks? Alright, so, oof. That wasn't a good plan, was it? The inks, that is. They're water soluble. Oh well. So now they're supposed to be smeared. Dang it. Should have done the inks after the wash. Water that down a bit. Oh, that's so disappointing. I think that might have ruined it. What do y'all think? We'll think of a way to make it look like it's supposed to be that way, huh? We'll figure it out. I am disappointed though. The splatters should have come after this step. We will just brush them out. Make it work somehow. Okay. Trying to be careful not to just put that right into my acrylic paint sitting over there to the side. That would not be good. Alright, so we've got this copper just about everywhere. And what I really want to make sure is that it kind of pools around these circles and kind of stains the edges, because I'm going to put my paint right on top, and since they are raised, there is a bit of an edge, and if you try and paint on that, then of course you get on the canvas below it. So we want the wash to cover up our edges, and let's see here, let's put a little of the bronze in here and there now. Alright. I'm just letting that ink run all over the place. Let it go. Try and brush it out where you can. Where I can. See, you won't make this mistake because you got to watch the video and learn from my mistakes. Alright. Unless, of course, you just like the smeared look and then, hey, hit it. Alright. I think we're going to go over the whole thing kind of diagonal so we kind of lose some of those marks. Gosh, I want to get rid of my smears. Okay. Alright, can y'all even see what's going on? Gonna go back in with the brown and darken up a couple places with the Sienna Vintage wash stuff. Okay. And I really want to darken up that area. I'm dropping my canvas here. Alright, there's no right, no wrong, thank goodness. I don't want her to be too dark, so let's add a little water there. Lighten her up. See, that's the joy with the watercolors. You can move them around. Well, any water-soluble paint, I suppose. Could do that to some extent with the acrylics. Alright, so we lightened her up a little bit. And I want to darken down here because I kind of want our crow to kind of disappear a little in here because we got that, I got that inking around him a little too dark, so I plan to pile up some embellishments around there to kind of help with that situation a little bit. Alright. I'm liking it pretty much. Might be just a little dark in some places. Like right there. So get your water and remove it if it's too dark. Add to it if it's too light. Play with it, get it how you want it. I want the girls light with it dark around them. Alright. What do we think? Do we like it? Did we mess it up? I just don't like the smeared inks. So disappointing. If I can get rid of some of that maybe, I don't know. Oh well, that's what we've got. Of course, you know, I'm going to be putting some flowers and some gears and some, you know, some stuff on here. So, I think we'll be okay in the long run. I want to brighten up this area a little bit, so I'm going to grab this gold color. See what that does for me. Okay. Didn't make a big difference, did it? Uh-oh, am I getting in the paint? Just pert near. Alright. There's my wash. I think I'm going to leave it alone before I mess it up any further. I didn't really bother the ones I've already painted, so I don't think I'm going to redo those. I didn't really do much wash up there. Alright, I'm going to hit this with the heat gun, dry it up. Then I'm going to go back and paint our dots like I was doing, but then decided I needed the wash first. So I think we're good. I think I'm going to let it go right now for this step. And like I said, go back to painting the acrylic. Wait a minute. I decided I like that better. I'm going to add some water to it. I like it lighter. I like it lightened up. Let's get a paper towel. Okay, I like that. I think the wash was a little too much, so I'm going to remove a little bit of it. I'm hoping it's still pooled around the edges of my, because I do want it there around the edges. And then I'm going to paint. Nah, I like that better. Okay, the wash was too much for me, so I'm taking off parts of it. Alright, I think I just got it too heavy. So check me out and taking it off. Here it's too heavy too. Yep, better, better, better. Definitely better. Alright, so I'm going to leave it heavier around my areas with the modeling paste, with our raised areas. But I'm taking it off in between. And let's see, do I need to take it off of her? Maybe just around the face area. Leave it in the hair. There we go. Alright, yeah, that gives us more colors in our background. See if I can remove it in between. Yeah. Alright, so that was almost a wasted step, folks. Maybe I should cut that whole part out of the video. Haha. No. You can see my process. I don't care. I make mistakes. I change my mind. So, alright. Yeah, I do like it better that way. Alright, so I'm just going to continue to remove the wash where I don't want it. Then I'll go back to painting little squares and stuff. Alright. Yeah. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Get me a fresh paper towel. This is one of those, I want to leave it dark over there. This is one of those places where I need to be able to fast forward for you here. Maybe I'll get that figured out. So you don't have to watch all this. I like some of the wash, but just removing in the right areas and then leaving some just kind of random, I think it's gonna make it better. There we go. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. It's better. Yeah, now I'll go back, paint some more. See you in a minute. Alright, so I've painted all of my stenciled modeling paste areas. Okay, those are all painted. Now what I want to do is I want to put my embellishments on, and I don't know exactly what I want. Excuse me, I know I would like to work in some of these flowers, the Prima flowers that I got in my first goodie bag from Country Craft Creations. I need to use some of those, and then I want you to see this mess I got going on now, because I want some metals on there. So I pulled out my metals, my filigrees and such. Alright, these are some black resin flowers that I'll probably put around to fill in. But I want you to look at the mess of metal that I've got going on. I really like metal, can you tell? So, it's almost one of those situations where there's just too many choices. I can't pick something. What to do, what to do. Okay, I do not want a dragonfly. Yeah, and, you know, just not a fan of butterflies. I like dragonflies. That one was too big. I don't think it. I don't want a stinking butterfly. These are kind of cool. I need to combine my packages. I think. Oof! And I got it in the paint. I'm such a mess. I should have cleaned that up, shouldn't I? Oh wait, we still got some paper towels left here. All right. Oops. I thought that acrylic paint had dried over there. And obviously it hasn't all dried yet. So let me try and scrape that up before I make a bigger mess. Okay. So what metals do I want to use? I guess it all depends on where I want to put them. Up here in her hair, I know I want some gears. Okay, that's what was on the paper, and I really liked that, so I kind of wanted to go with it. Ooh, that one will go good right down there in her neck. I was thinking some flowers maybe tucked in here, maybe up in here, just a couple, one or two flowers, and then I want like metal here, like in this corner. So let's start with that, since I almost kind of sort of know what I want there. Let's start with it. If I can get stuff out of the way. Oh, and then sprinkled down through here, I think I want these tiny flowers. Kind of like a spray of floral coming down, and I'm going to put some little blingy in the center. Maybe clear, maybe gold. Okay, so this is a different kind. I don't want this kind. I don't want the flat ones. I want the curvy ones. I grabbed the wrong one there. Alright, so something kind of like that. Maybe. And I know I want a corner here, so let's find a corner. Now, I didn't pull out my silver stuff because of our coloring of the golds and the bronzes. Oh, and I totally forgot to tell you, when I went to paint these, I decided I wanted a third color, and I added this metallic Inca gold. So these were colored with metallic Inca gold, metallic antique copper, and metallic rich espresso. That's the three colors we have going on our modeling paste. Sorry about that. Okay, I don't think I want this particular round piece anywhere. I'm putting it off to the side. I pulled this out because it's copper. I only have so many copper pieces, and I think maybe I'd like to incorporate some copper in with the brass. So let's see if I can... Ooh, we might end up folding that up and doing a floral in the center, doing something like that. Alright, so let's look at this corner. Is that corner going to go there with our bird? I do kind of want to hide some of these edges, but still show that it's the raven. Nevermore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Alright, anyway, sorry. Had a Poe moment there, got lost in it. So, I don't know. Maybe something kind of, sorta. Don't know yet. Don't know yet. Now, and then I found these awesome flowers I had. Because I thought, since we're doing metal and since we're doing floral, can y'all see that? I'm trying to see if I'm in frame here. No, you can't see it. Good grief. What am I thinking? All right, there. Can you see it? No, you still can't see what I'm trying to show you here. I'm trying to show you this flower. Such a cool flower. I know it's all sideways, but... Oh, I wish I could lift my camera further away. I can't. It's ticking me off. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. Don't worry. Alright, so let's look at our metals. Those are too frilly. Alright, we got some leaves just in case. Now here's a smaller corner. If we had a smaller corner... Oh gosh, no. I want a bigger corner. And we can just layer the heck out of these metals. So, you know, that's no big deal. I might even like that better. I might like that better. What do y'all think? Something like that, maybe. Can you see it? Alright, I'm just going to have to play with these. Man, if that was just a touch bigger, I could put it behind there, couldn't I? Alright, okay, so there's another metal flower. Alright, I'm thinking no on that. Let's eliminate some of my options here. I don't know about that one. There's a square. How does that look with that on it? Might be overkill. Let's have a look. See, sometimes when I have too many choices, I can't do anything. I need to narrow it down, have less to choose from. Then I stand a better chance of getting something. Do we like that? That's not bad, actually. That's not terrible. If I put that like that, and then kind of do, so far, I'm digging that one. And we could maybe, I don't know about a leaf, and I think that's too much. Let's see here. So I'm just going to play around with these and see what I come up with. I think, oh, I was kind of thinking the fleur-de-lis for this. I don't know why, but maybe somewhere in there we could incorporate this, because it's kind of cool. Only thing, I was disappointed it's not flat on the back, so it's hard to put it on something because it's raised. Kind of like that though. I might have found my little crow piece. Put that something like that. Alright, so far I kind of dig that. Don't know about the fleur-de-lis, don't know, but here's just some interesting metal pieces that I thought we might be able to incorporate. Alright, do not want the peacock. Does not match the feel of it, I don't think. Can we incorporate this one? I've got a couple. Actually, I think I have more of these. Ooh, you never know. That might work in somewhere. I don't know about that fleur-de-lis. Just don't know. Alright, so I'm going to play with the metals. I'll probably just fast forward through this. Actually, no, I'm just going to turn it off. And I'll come back. Oops, and I totally forgot to tell you, I really wanted this in there. And it's broken, but I have the other piece. And since we're gluing, I don't think it's going to matter. I mean, part of it might be covered by a flower anyway. But this was in, I don't know, something from one of those stores. Not like a, it's like a Salvation Army, only it was, oh, Savers. You know, where you buy secondhand stuff. And I got this whole jar full of old junky jewelry. And the reason I'm digging on this crown is because our crow, or our raven, has a crown. So I was thinking, oh, hells yeah. We need a crown in there somewhere to tie. I don't know. We're gonna figure something out though. I'll be back. Alright, so here's my update. I've been playing in the metals. This is kind of what I have. I've got the little flowers coming down through and around. I've put a couple of metal pieces here with a flower on top. Okay. I've got the two that I had layered when we were talking, or when the camera was rolling. And then we have a couple of metal pieces and some flower, and that copper square. I like that because it fits right in there where her waist curves in and then goes out for her butt. Alright, but here's where I'm at right now. I decided I needed to get some lace, so I've got some lace. This is that beautiful, heavy, I don't know, it's just a nice antique gold that Tammy sent over in my goodie box. Country Craft Creations, the design team box. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a basting thread through the bottom of this lace. My plan is to gather it up and make it round so that I can put a flower in the middle of it and set it right down here in this blank spot. I don't know, it may not work. It's just a thought. I'm going to give it a go. And then the other thing, I keep going back and forth on whether I like it or not, is the crown on top of the raven. And since everything is so gold and bronze and copper, and that is so, it looks silver like that, what I'm thinking is to put a piece of lace behind it as well, and then it'll just be bling on this pretty gold color, and I think that'll make me happy with it, as opposed, it just looks too silver to me. So, alright, basting. If you're not a sewer, a basting stitch, it's just a big stitch. It's just a big, that way you can pull it and gather it up. Actually, when you baste something, you temporarily sew it. I guess we're temporarily sewing this so I can gather it and glue it. I don't know. I called it a basting stitch. Whatever it is. Just make some big O stitches through whatever it is you want to gather up. And then you'll be able to pull it, and that way it'll be small in the center and it'll ruffle out and be big on the outside. And you probably already know that, so if I'm insulting your intelligence, I apologize. But I figure there could be somebody out there watching that didn't know what I was referring to, so just try to be all-inclusive here. Alright, we're almost to the end of it. Alright, and I wasn't going to worry about sewing up the ends because I think I'll just glue that. Alright, so I've gathered it all up so I can make it a circle. That was the plan. And now we're going to have to involve glue in here too, so. So what I'm thinking of, and we can move that, none of this is down yet. I'm just playing at this point because I was thinking of something like that. I don't know, maybe that's too much. Maybe we put a little bit bigger flower in the center of that and then put this little one over here to fill in. I kind of sort of like that. My other option, woo, got a breeze going here. It's a beautiful day, so all my windows are open, so if something blows away, we'll just have to chase it. Don't like that. I like that. I like this. Thinking maybe I should have cut my lace just a hair longer. Ooh, I could turn it to where it just kind of goes off of the board. No, because I want it to kind of go up in there. I wanted it to kind of match this curve here and fill in and lap over onto my bird. You know what? I think maybe I'll just go ahead and lightly stitch this to get, oh yeah, that black will show. Maybe just right there in the center where the flower will cover it up. Let's see what happens. Because I don't want that black thread showing. But I don't think I want this to really meet. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to bring it all the way around. So I think I'm going to go with that right there. Flower. Oh, bigger one, bigger one. Maybe even that one. Okay, I like that. That turned out okay. Now, my thought for the crown, I'd go with black lace. Nah, let's stay consistent. Let's stay with the gold. Alright, let me knot this so I can get it out of the way. Just finish it off. Wait a minute. Right there. And just do a little and go through the loop and pull it and be done with it. Alright. There's that thing. Now let me show you what I was thinking about for the crown. If I trying to find the right side of the lace. It's so pretty. You can't really tell if there's a right side or wrong side. Yeah, that's the back. Okay, so here's the front of our lace. Scoot this out of the way. Here's kind of what I had looked at doing. If I lay the point the center of the crown, right in the center of those two like scallops. And I glue the crown to the lace. I could then cut the lace like so. So it's just like a thing behind the crown. Like a ray, like a something or other. Alright, let's trim this. I don't want to waste my lace, but alright, let me get a better look at where it lays. Alright, we want, oh, and this was like a brooch, had a pin on the back, and I just took some needle nose pliers and bent that stuff right off of there. Alright, so I want to come down right under this little, whatever that is, diamond shape in the lace, right down to the bottom of that. Let me get that angle, and I think that's gonna work for me. So right from there down to there. Okay, now let's see if that's gonna, I mean, you know, you just gotta play with stuff. Just gotta play with it and make it look like it was supposed to go together, I guess. Alright, so that's good. On this side, I want to come from, where do I want to come from? Well, okay, right there, up to about there, I think. Alright, so let's go straight over. Bring it up. And see what we've got. It's not exactly even, is it? Well, we can fix that. We can fix it, we can fix it. Alright, so I think I should make this side match. So I'm just gonna, right there. I'm still gonna come down to where I like that. I like where it ends up. I just don't, they don't start in the same spot. Let's try that. That's gonna have to do it. That looks pretty straight. I like it. Alright, so now let's see if that's gonna look stupid. Put that on top of our crow. Let's see. Not too bad. Oh no, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Dang it. I didn't want to waste that lace. Let me see if I can play with it and make it something I like. No, just don't like it at all. It should have been more. If we're going to do it, it should be more. Maybe we're just not going to do it at all. Alright, other idea I had was to use burlap, and the only burlap I have are these tags. Just some recollections from Michael's. But I was thinking doing something with burlap. Give us some tag. You know what? That doesn't look bad. That doesn't look bad, because it's almost identical. I mean, the color, well, obviously it's not as gold, but the tonal quality of the color is very similar to our lace. And if we set this on here and cut it, let's see how terrible that is. I don't mind messing up a tag. I don't want to waste any more of that lace though. Alright, so if we do this, alright, and glue it down and then cut, that might be doable. That might be doable. Just trim the burlap there so it's only behind. I can live with that. Alright, I can live with that. Believe it or not. If you think that's tacky, gosh, I hope you're not right. Alright. I'll play with that and see what I think. I think I might just go with that though. And maybe fray it a little, pull out some of the burlap so it's kind of straw looking. And then pull this guy down here. And, oops, that's not supposed to be on her face. Let me see. Is that too much? Might be a bit much. Nah. Surely not. And then we'll get these gears up here in her hair, and it'll balance out that we have so much piled on here. I think that'll work. And so I guess I'm just going to start gluing stuff down and then play with the gears. What do you think? Put those there. Put our little blingies on them, and that'll tie in the blingies there, because I think I'm just gonna put little clear crystal ones on there. I'm thinking, I'm digging it. So I'm just gonna go to gluing. Check back in a minute. Oops, I forgot to mention one thing. Before I put these flowers onto our canvas, I do want to lightly mist them with a glimmer mist, because I want them to have a little sparkly. You know how I loves my sparkly. And I'm going to go with this, yeah, kind of a coppery color. And I'm going to mist them lightly away from the canvas and then bring them back and put them where you see them here, or very darn close. And you know what? I think I'm gonna mist this burlap with this gold. Well, I don't know, that's too yellow. I think I have one that's less yellow, more gold. No, that's the same as that. I have two of those for some reason. It's called Poor Planning. This is the one I want. That's what I'm going to spray the burlap with. And I don't think that the lace needs it at all. So, put that one away so I don't grab the wrong one. And I can mist with y'all. Y'all want to mist with me? And let's mist and see what we get. Alright. Get away from the canvas so we don't mess it up. I don't want the wind to blow, and I'm trying to find a place I can sit this that's level so all my stuff doesn't slide out of place, because I'll never remember exactly where I had it. Alright, just a little bit of glimmer. There it is. Okay, it doesn't really show up a lot on the burlap, but it's there. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this so it can get dry. And what am I going to use? I think I'll use... I don't know what I want to use. I don't know if our glitter art glue will work on metal, but I guess I can give it a try. I usually don't use white glues on metals. Let's see what happens. I usually like those strong ones, but this stuff is so good it may just... And you know what? It's just on burlap, so... Let's see what happens. Lay it down about right there. And then where's my little piece? Alright. Who says you can't use it if it's broken? We're gluing. Alright, line it up. There. Okay, let that dry. Then I'll trim off these edges and fray up the burlap a little bit. I like it. I hope I like it. I can go ahead and pull that one out. I know I don't want him there. I don't want that one there, or that one there. Which ones do I want to leave? The sides or the top? I don't know. We're going to have to worry about that later. I got other stuff to do right now. We are going to mist our flowers. Get this out of the way. Maybe I'll still find a use for that. I don't know. Alright, so where are my flowers? I'm using this one? No, I'm not using that one. I don't want to mist all of them because I might want to use them on a different project, the ones that are left over. So I'm only going to mist the ones I'm sure I'm using. I'm sure I'm using this one. Oops. Should probably plug that back up. All right. Oh yeah. Sparkly. Put it back where it goes. This one. Oh, so nice. Perfect color, perfect color. Yep. Let's see. Making a mess. Ooh, let's add just a little of the gold too. Yeah. I like that. And on this really light one, maybe I'll just do the gold. Let's see what that... Nah, not enough. Better. I don't want a whole lot, just a touch. Alright. Okay. And I'm going to start gluing. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my E6000 to put all my metals down. And let's see. I guess I could pick up all this mess I didn't use. So let me do that. I'm going to pick up my mess and I'm going to glue the stuff down that I just showed you that I've decided on. So, be back soon. Alright, so I'm really not sure why, but I really sort of love this. Don't worry, when I'm done, I will just take the camera in hand so I can get a shot of the whole thing for you. Yeah, I really am loving this particular piece. So right now, I'm going to switch my focus to her and her hair. She needs her hair done. And we're going to use various different gears. Alright, so I love to mix my metals, but for this one, I don't think, well, I don't know, we could do a cream in there because we've got all this cream, but I don't want to do any silver. So I'm just going to get those out of the way first so I don't, you know, I gotta narrow down my choices because y'all know I'm not good at, you know, I get overwhelmed with too many choices. So I'm going to put my white ones over there. I'm getting the silver ones out of the way because the white isn't really white, it's kind of cream, and our flowers are kind of cream, so I don't know. They may end up in there, they may not end up in there. We will see what happens. I could even see maybe a tiny little silver one in there. I just don't know. It depends. All depends on how it goes. So let's just start playing here. And you know, these gears I have are just a huge mixture of all different companies. I know there's some Tim Holtz in there. I know there's some, I don't know what's in there. I think, did Kaisercraft make some? I don't know. It's a mishmash of gears. But I want her hair to be full of gears. And like I said, I don't know if I'm using these cream ones or not. It's just an option. I don't know. We'll start playing and just sort of see what happens. That's kind of a cool one. Let's kind of pick out different ones and find my favorites and see if we can't put them together in some kind of way and just dress her right up. Yeah, like, see, I know that's Tim Holtz. Alright, I've already got one of those, so let's try not to use too many of the same kind. Alright. I've already got one of those. That one's kind of different. Got to get some tiny ones in there. Everything else is glued down. It's drying. I haven't put like the little sparkles in the middle of the flowers yet, but it's glued. everything's attached for now. So now let's see, do we want great big ones in the mix? That's pretty darn big. All right, let's see. Let's put, maybe if we're gonna do big ones, I would want them up at the top, I think. Maybe even, all right, it's kind of, okay, so that's got that and that. Gosh, I can just see this go in a gazillion different ways, can't you? And let's get a piece of hair out of the way. Some there. I don't know how deep we want to layer them. I don't know if we want to, yeah, I'm sure we'll end up putting some up on top of the others. Let's put this over here. And that. Do you think we're going to need our silver in there too? Oh, maybe little ones for bangs. Let's see. Let's get a big one with a little one. Oh, and let's have the little one be copper. I don't have too many small coppers. Maybe we will have to put a little silver in the mix, like that. Yeah, we probably end up putting a little silver here and there. I just do not know yet what's going to happen. I just think she needs lots and lots of gears in her hair. Alright, so I'm going to play with this. I'm probably going to play with this for a very long time. If I know me. I don't know if you want to watch this process or not. I mean, I keep cutting off and coming back, and I don't want to keep doing that to you, but seriously, I'm very indecisive, so I don't know how fun it is to watch my process. Ooh, here's a cool one. I like that one. I wish we had a big copper one like, I want a copper one like that. But you know, I don't have it. Ooh, maybe. What if we hid a silver one underneath? Like so. Would that be... Well, that would kind of tie in the crown then, maybe. Alright, I'm not doing the white. I think I'm going to go ahead and incorporate some silver here and there. And not the white. Changing my mind. I'm always changing my mind. I tell you something, then I do something else. But it's all about how it looks when you get it laid out, you know? So, you gotta change your mind if you want it to look good. Alright, we gotta throw a silver in. I like that silver. Alright. Alright. Little bitty one. Ooh, little bitty silver one. A little bitty silver and a brass. I mean a copper. I can't talk and do this at the same time. I'm going to mess everything up. I'm going to say the wrong thing. Alright. I'm going to get this the way I want it, and then how in the world am I going to glue it down? Alright. How cool is this going to be, though? I think it's going to be very cool. No, I want a copper, a small I don't have small copper, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. That one's kind of none of the above. I mean, okay, that looks good. Yeah, one little piece I like. Oh, this is going to take forever. Is everybody as bad as I am? Gosh, I hope not. I don't know how anything gets made. If everybody was as indecisive as I am, nothing would ever get made. That fit in the middle of that? Not quite. What about that one? Well, I might have to stack it on top. Alright, I am going to play with this for a while and make myself crazy. Crazier. I thought, yeah, this is what I want. I want that right there. And not that right there. That right there. That right there. She's going to be gorgeous. Alright. Maybe that one there. Let's leave that silver one kind of right there. Our chickie is a gearhead. For sure. Is that supposed to be mechanical mind? Yeah, she's a gearhead. Ooh, let's put that one there instead, because that matches that. Alright. And maybe slip this up under. How am I going to glue this mess down? Oh. Ooh, this one's cool. Ooh, have I got too much silver together there, though? I don't know. It's just a cool design. I like this design. And I don't have it in anything else, of course. So I'm going to put it there, but then I'm going to put that on top. Well, there she is. Get rid of this one and this one. Maybe tuck that one right there. Okay, what do you think? I think it's good. I think it's real good. And I think I love it. But now I don't know how in the world I'm going to get it glued down just like that. Alright, this is the tricky part. Because you need to start with the underneath, but you got to move what's on top to get to it. Y'all know the struggle. The struggle's very real. Alright. Now, do you think it's too light up? I mean, weight-wise. Like, we've got all this here. We've got this down here. All of this over here. And then basically, nothing. Kind of nothing up in there. What do y'all think about that? You think that's good, that it kind of just dissipates that way? Or do you think... Okay, you know what? I'm going to worry about that later. Right now, I'm going to start trying to mess this up. Alright, here we go. I'm grabbing the E6000. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to take a picture of it. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get a different silver one for right there. I don't like that. Let's use that silver one right there. I like it better. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my phone and snap a picture, even though I've jarred it and it's kind of out of place now. At least I will have an idea of what I was trying to do. Alright, yeah. I'm just going to take a picture. I'm going to put a little silver one on there too. Find a little bitty silver. Maybe that guy. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to take a picture of how I have them laid out. And I'm going to try and get them that way again. All right, let's see. All right, took a picture. Now I'm going to refer to my picture as I glue and try and get them the way they are right now. I can't get it to pull up. There we go. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to gluing. Y'all wish me luck. And once again, I will be back shortly. All right, so the gears are all glued on. I'm waiting for the E6000 to dry a little bit more, because once it's semi-dry, you can remove any that isn't where you want it. And mine's still just a little too wet. So what I'm doing is I'm switching over to putting the bling and the flowers. And where I glued them down, the glue squished up through the center. Well, it's kind of sort of dry. So I'm just going to go back and put a little, it's hard to get just a teeny amount. See? Oh, I make a mess. Look at me making a mess. All right, just put them, do it the best you can. Best you can, best you can, best you can. Stringing it all over the place. And I'll just have to clean it up. All right, so let me get rid of the stringies. All right. I'll be cleaning up E6000 for the rest of the day. And these do have adhesive on the back, but I just don't trust it. So let's see if we can get that in the center. I kind of pulled it out to the side. There we go. Get in there. See, doesn't that make a huge difference? Just putting those tiny little cut, I don't know, are they rhinestones, are they plastic? I don't know what they are, but they look good in there, that's for sure. It's the bling. Setting in the bling. And we are almost done with this, but now I really am worried about that upper left corner. Not sure how I feel about it just being a little plain, since everything else is all busy, busy, busy. Oop. Man, I am so making a mess of it. Alright. Does everybody have these problems? Is it just me? It's too much glue. You know what? I should have just used the, whatchamacallit, the glossy accents, because it has a much smaller applicator. And then I wouldn't have this problem. So y'all don't try and use the E6000 for this, because the spout is just too big. The nozzle, the tip, whatever. I've got too much glue in there. Alright, so there's that. Pretty happy with everything. But now I'm looking, and there's these little, there's a place for bling in those. So let me see what I think before I do it with the permanent. Do we like that? We like that. I definitely like that. Just a touch to tie this in with this, and there's a place right there that I want to put a big one. Here, let me get this other glue. This is actually, it's not glossy accents, it's actually 3D crystal lacquer, and I haven't used it for a while. So my pin's kind of stuck in there, so when that happens, I usually get the needle nose. There it comes. Come on. There. And just work it back and forth until I break it free like that. And then I try and go back in there and ream it out a little bit more. Alright, there we go. Oh, the tricks of the trade. So I'm going to put just a teeny drop here, if I can get it to come out. There we go. And then, thank goodness E6000 takes a while to dry, huh? I'm going to move that flower just a little bit. And also here. And I think I'll put a big one there and then 2 medium ones on either side. And maybe a big one right there. I'm probably off camera. Okay, I was talking about here. So, alright, put that pin back in there. Okay, so right there, I want a kind of big one. Because it's in the center. And it's kind of in the center of this piece. I lapped them over. And then we'll put a smaller one there. Come on. There. And there. Is that too much? Maybe I should put the littler ones. I should put the littler ones there, I think. Yep, that's too big. I don't like that. I'm taking them back. And I'm going smaller. Ooh, and I'm shooting it across the room. And now it's like glued to my finger. Yeah, that's better. Other one was just too much. A bit too much. Okay, come on, you can do it. Go where, there, right? Dang thing. There it is. And I'll put this bigger one right there. Okay, I like that. And then coming back down here, I'm going to finish these up with the little ones. Okay. Got to have the little crystal rhinestones. I guess they're rhinestones. And I'm getting kind of hungry. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't eaten since breakfast. Oops. You know, you'd think I'd be thinner. I get to crafting and I don't eat, but then I probably just end up eating all night and make up for it. Alright, I really, really think I love this. Don't know about that upper corner again. Oh, let me get a little more light on it. I am going to take the camera in hand here. I apologize for the jiggling because I really want y'all to get to see this whole piece in the same shot. So here I go. Look at that. That's a little too much light. We got some glare. I'm getting rid of the light. And I think my camera will adjust. Oh, that's not enough light now. I love it. I just still don't know about this corner. But look at the gears in her hair. And it's like her hair wraps down around her neck, the way I brought that down with the flower. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. I got cut off because my SD card was actually full. So I had to download the filming that I had already done onto my computer so I could empty my SD card so I could come back and finish this up. So, I had just shown you the overall picture, but since then I decided that I just could not take... Ooh, and it's not dry yet. Alright, I have to reattach. Let's just do it right this second. I decided I could not take that upper corner being so bare. So what I did was I put this little embellishment on, but you know what? I used the 3D crystal lacquer instead of this E6000, and it just wasn't sticking good enough for me. So I'm going back with the big guns. And just adding this, it's just a corner embellishment that I had. just a brass filigree, and I'm going to hold it down with good old clothespins. I keep a bag of clothespins. Do y'all see that? Clothespins. And I use them constantly. You do not have to spend a lot of money to craft. So anyway, I added that to the upper corner. Everything else has pretty much stayed the same. Oh no, I added this little flower because, you know, you really couldn't tell that was a hot air balloon, and I thought it looked fun. Anyway, I put my last little flower. I still had one left, so what was I going to do with just the one, right? So I put it there, and then down here at the bottom, I decided in these little gaps, and again, I've used the 3D crystal lacquer instead of the E6000, so I think I just like my E6000 better. Because see, it's just sitting on there wet. I'm going to add this to it and really make a mess. Maybe I should have just let it sit a little longer. But anyway, I don't have time for patience. And now I don't know how it was. Alright. I think it was the other way. You know, they do have different shapes to the different sides. There we go. I like that. Alright, I'm going to leave these alone and let them dry. But I wanted you to see our finished product. I'm very happy with it. I added little blingy blings inside that flower. Again, I might have to go back with more glue. Doesn't look like it's sticking very well. It's hard because that's like a little hollow. Anyway, so we have a little bling inside the metal flower. We have added the black resin flowers here, down here, over here, just to fill in a couple of gaps. I'm very, very happy with this. I'm taking the camera again so I can show you what I want you to see. Alright. So there's our little corner. We just needed a touch of something up there. And there are our gears. Isn't she the prettiest thing? Alright, and we go down and we got our blingy bling crown on our crow, who's sitting on a metal flower with more blingy bling. There's a lot of bling, and I am so totally in love with this that I already went on eBay and found a little gold frame for it. I'm just tickled to death. And I hope Tammy over at Country Craft Creations likes what I've done with the paper and the flowers and the goodies that she sent. I know this isn't a mini album. Everybody was doing mini albums, and don't get me wrong, they're gorgeous. And I do lots of mini albums, and I'm going to do lots more mini albums, but I just wanted to go a different direction, and this is where I went, and I'm very happy that I did. So thanks again, everyone, for watching. And I'm going to get this uploaded. It's going to be a very long video. I hope there's a few techniques here and there that you can use. And just ciao for now.